They called it an election, but such is the status of Vladimir Putin in Russia that it was in reality little more than a coronation.
It's very important to maintain this unity, to attract those who could have voted for other candidates. We have to stand together, shoulder to shoulder. We have to think about unity, not about differences. We should think about the future of our people, about the future of our country. We are destined for success.
It was never a contest. Putin got the overwhelming percentage of votes cast, and more than 6 out of 10 Russians voted. For the Kremlin, it went more or less to plan. Of course, Russians knew perfectly well that when the television told them that they had to go out to vote because it was a civic duty, what they really meant was, you have to go and vote because we have to get Putin back in the Kremlin. That meant this wasn't really an election about who was going to win, but it was about by how much. Several instances of fraud were caught on camera. Harmless-looking old ladies voting twice or stuffing reams of papers into boxes. Not enough to alter the outcome, but for Alexei Navalny, banned from standing in the election, evidence of a corrupt vote.
Thousands of people went to vote, and out of curiosity, I went on Twitter to check on the candidates to see if they are writing about violations. They are behaving as if nothing is happening. People who are observing these elections keep writing about ballot stuffing and other violations, and they're complaining about it. And the people who are remaining silent, who don't care about this, they are our candidates. It's just that kind of election, I guess.
Putin barely even took part in the campaign and was entirely absent from the TV debates. But during the election, videos surfaced on the internet like this one, which gave a glimpse of how the Kremlin wants people to think. The film depicts a man who tells his wife he can't be bothered to vote, something which Putin himself had warned against. The man then has a nightmare in which black Africans suddenly appear in the armed forces. To his horror, there's a homosexual in the kitchen. The message is as clear as day. This is what you'll get if you don't have Putin in charge. And of course, it's coupled with the promise from the president to spend more and more on the military.
Putin would very much like to normalize ties with the West, but his personality means he can't show weakness. He can't be seen to be giving up. Yet, he understands very well that with international isolation, his regime is open to risks and dangers.
His fourth term begins with a flat-out diplomatic crisis with the West, events which are uncertain and fast-moving. But political change in Russia continues to move as fast as the ice on the Moscow River.